It's almost time for the final round of the IMSA season, and it's a special one, Petit Le Mans Road Atlanta. Let's have a bit of a talk about it because there are a few different things that are on the table this weekend, including the championships for this championship finale. And firstly, I think this is the second IMSA video I'm doing this year because this is the Daytona 24. I'm hoping to step up a few more for next year. But the way that this works is we've got the GTPs, or otherwise known as LMDHs for us Europeans. We also have LMP2s and the GTDs, which are GT3s for us Europeans. Now, what we've got is multiple championships as well. In addition to having the regular championship that gives out the points, you also have the Michelin Endurance Cup, which rewards points based off of your finishing positions at the 4-hour mark, Petit Le Mans, as well as the 8-hour mark and at the end, which means we have multiple championships up to be decided this weekend. For example, in the GTP drivers' standings, Dane Cameron and Felipe Nasr are very neatly clear at the top of the championship. They currently have 124 points, which is the gap between first and 8th comfortably. So that means that realistically they need to make to the end with a decent finish to guarantee that they can get the championship. The other drivers that are in contention, I believe, are, well, I think it might even be technically down to 6th. So you got Matthew Jaminet and Nick Tandy, who are a little bit further behind, but they're teammates at the end of the day. And you have Bourdais and Renger van der Sande, and that is when we start to have a difference in manufacturer, because that means that it's the 0-1 Caddy as well as the 2 Porsche Penske's. Then you also have Jack Aitken and Pipo Derani, showing that there is good strength in the Wayland Caddy entry. Then you have Louis Delatraz and Jordan Taylor are also doing quite well in the standings. They're doing very well in the Michelin Endurance Cup, where they are currently 3rd in the standings and only 4 points off of the lead, which then adds in another manufacturer in addition to that, because they are an Acura. They're one of the Wayne Taylor Racing ones. Then Philippe Albuquerque and Ricky Taylor are our last entrants, because I think Philip Eng and Jesse Krohn are just outside of it in the BMW. Likewise in LMP2, it's quite close between all of the different entrants in that one. GTD, Lauren Heinrich and Ross Gunn are close together in terms of points, but in terms of the Michelin Endurance Championship, Brian Sellers and Madison Snow are up at the pointy end of that field. In regular GTD, it's Philip Ellis and Russell Ward pretty much clear out in front in the main standings. Foley and Gallagher could contend, but in the Michelin Endurance Cup could potentially see Brendan Urban, Frederick Schandorf closing in. The gap is only a point. And obviously a lot of the teams championships double up with the drivers championships, so in GTP it's the 7 and the 6, the 0-1 and the 31, then the 40 and the 10. So it's Porsche, Porsche, Caddy, Caddy, Acura, Acura. But when you look at the LMP2s, it proves to you that it's what the 52 into Europe Holden, 74 Riley, the 18 Era, and the 11 TDS. And technically, the number 2 United and the 99 AO would also be in contention. Maybe even the 22. I don't know about the 88 Richard Mille, but sadly, the Soul Ligier is not in contention. The Manufacturers Championships is possibly where it's going to be more interesting, though. In GTP, it could swing either way from Porsche, Caddy, or even technically Acura. though, Michelin Endurance Cup is more or less a two-horse race between an American-built GM or a German-built Porsche. In GTD Pro, Porsche are almost dead set in the point standings, but in Michelin Endurance they have to catch up to Chevrolet. And in GTD Standard, Mercedes have locked it up. And turning the clocks back 12 months, qualifying isn't really anything to go off of because of the changeable conditions that affected it, meaning that an LMP2, Ben Keating in particular, was on pole, whilst the fastest GTP was in 6th, 1.5 seconds off. But the race is probably a better one to look at, and the Acura led home Caddy, which led home the Proton Porsche ahead of the first Porsche Penske. Even then, it was classified quite close at the end because of, well, Road Atlanta being Road Atlanta, with 8 GTPs on the lead lap. And yeah, it's one of those tracks where the different characteristics of the different cars comes in and makes a big difference. I know, having done these in iRacing, no, iRacing isn't fully realistic, but has some degree of realism to it. The Acura tends to perform stronger at somewhere like Road Atlanta because it's so much better in terms of agility. Whereas the straights benefit the Cadillac, which can just get the power down. And the Porsche ends up being a bit of a halfway house, the same with the BMW. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Feedback's very important for me as well, because if I'm going to step up covering IMSA, I need to figure out what kind of formats work best. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you around. Bye for now.